Um, that game, like it's it's really this simple, bro. They move the ball, they're gonna win. It's really that simple. The formula is move the ball, play defense. They win. Whenever we have high assists, whenever we move the ball, we're just gonna win. And sure, we beat a bad team today, but we have struggled a lot with a bad team, right? So anytime they move the ball, it's just going to equal a win. So that's kind of how we have to look at it. Any way you want to slice it, that's what the formula is. Move the ball, we win. No two ways around it. That's what's going to happen. So whatever it's going to take to get there, that's what we need to do. Defend, move the ball, we win. When we were starting the season off, like I was kind of watching the game, and it reminded me when we started the season off, and we went into a funk. And ironically, we started off the funk against San Antonio. That's when it actually started. And we were up big in that game. We stopped moving the ball. There was plenty of isolation stuff. And then after that game, I realized the ball movement just went to shit. And after the ball movement went to shit, then we started to pile up the W, or we started to pile up the L's. And watching the prior games, well, whether we're talking about the Miami game, the Atlanta game, I mean, sure, Steph helps and Steph is out there, but um, that's only a function of it. That's only one part of it. But Steph was out there tonight, and Steph only had what 13 points. He played 26 minutes, took 10 shots, 6 assists. But earlier on, you started to see Steph, and when Steph was just running around and all of that, and he was just pulling two people with him. If they move the ball, operate off of Steph's gravity early, get people involved, play defense, they're just not going to lose. Um, and that's pretty much what the secret sauce is, right? And you know, if you ask about the secret and what the secret is, that's really what the secret is, because the team is not that talented. They're not going to beat this guy off the dribble, collapse the defense, do this, do that. Nah, bro. They have to move the ball and work off of the shit that Steph does, because the defense is just going to overreact to Steph Curry every time. So I was watching the game and I was just thinking about how we've won games this year, and when we did win games versus when we lost games, and the assist numbers was always up there. And it's not a super talented team, but if you're moving the ball, got man movement, ball movement, and you don't turn the ball over, we had 42 assists tonight versus 12 turnovers. You know how crazy that is? 42 assists tonight, 12 assists. So we had 102 points, assist points tonight. Bad pass turnovers, we had 8 of them. So I think we had 12 turnovers. 8 of those were bad pass turnovers. So 102 points off of assists. The Spurs had 30 assists, 74, right? Then when you look a little bit on the box score, um 47% from three. So I looked at those stats in the first half. In the first half, when I was looking at that, I think we were like 33% from three. The second half, we busted the game open, and now we're in the mix. Did it say that Amon Thompson just injured his ankle? Do I have that correct?
Yeah, it was right ankle soreness, but I don't know how that ended up being a right ankle soreness because we all saw he fell hard on his tailbone.
Yeah.
So
That's
either his ankle gave out on his way when he landed, like his
yeah.
ankle kind of slipped, or I just simply I'm not piecing together.
Well, I mean,
Um,
from the fall, from what I've seen, is that he kind of like really like all that weight from when he fell, it really landed on that foot. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's probably the reason as to why it was the ankle.
The reason I'm bringing that up, like, don't the Rockets play the Lakers tomorrow?
yes, the Rockets play the Lakers tomorrow
Okay. All right. So they ducked
at
it.
LA.
So they run into an injured team. All right, cool. Lucky fuckers, bro. Anyways, but all right. Rose, what do you think about the ball movement, man? Because the ball movement was excellent tonight, man. Excellent, excellent.
I mean, which honestly kind of begs the question: why the hell wasn't that happening a couple games ago? Now, I get injuries were a thing. Yes, yes, yes. I understand. Like injuries were a thing. Guys were in and out of the lineup, but the core principle should never be like it should never be negated that you just and then you suddenly just do off in your own thing because even the Nuggets loss, right? Like that
Yeah,
shit was absolutely fucking pathetic. That the movement also wasn't there in that game, and they just kept turning the ball over. And when you turn the ball over, you're not playmaking, and you're just standing around doing absolute nonsense at the top of the key or whatever, and you're just doing iso ball. That's just not
yeah,
Warriors basketball. I'm sorry.
yeah. They're not the only guys that I
And then you
really want to.
and then Urkel, you see the stupidity on the TL, looking for people actually just blaming the wrong reasons. I won't mention who, but
Yeah,
that's literally the case. And I swear to God, like aside from tonight, even if they like, even if they won last night or not last night, the last game against the Pelicans, people were still bitching on the timeline. Like, bro, I just had to get the fuck off the fucking app for a second. Like, sheesh, man.
yeah. You don't got to say it, bro. It's over the top. Um, but outside of that, you know, when the season started, right? We were essentially doing the same shit, bro. We were defending and we were moving the ball. Remember, like we were winning games without Steph and all of that. Like we were doing an amazing job of just moving the ball movement, man movement, right? And then for some reason, that stopped. I don't know why, but it stopped. Like they just got into a funk. And then after that, uh, Steph got hurt, and then they were just out of sync, right? So then they bring in Jimmy, right? And the ball movement, like every game I turn it on, I'm just watching the team just move the ball. You know, you see Steph cut, and guys were panicking off of the Steph stuff, right? Like, um, this is the thing that we really, really need to look at, man. I mean, and this is a template that we need to follow. So, what's going to happen is that move the ball, do the ball movement stuff. When teams start to switch everything and do all of that stuff, then you operate off of those counters. That's literally what they want to get to, right? So when you get to the thing where they're just taking everything away and they're taking away this and they're taking away that, that's when Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry is going to emerge, right? Like that's essentially what the formula is, right? And I think we're more than equipped. I still want to see, I still want to see what the point of attack defense looks like. I still want to see how they do against people like that or guards like that because that will be a problem. But maybe we can just hold up enough and it sort of won't matter because um I think we are the most equipped to hold the line. And when I say hold the line, I mean hold the line in terms of playing that style until you really need your guys, right? So typically what happens in the playoffs is, star takes over, right? And star is taking over the entire game. And end of the game, star doesn't have legs to close game out. So star loses in the playoffs, right? What the Warriors have done, and I would say a greater part of the decade is, you know, they get everyone involved, preserve Steph, and when they need Steph, Steph is there. It's not a coincidence that in the 15 finals, Steph had one of the best scoring fourth quarters ever of anyone, right? Throughout the entire series. And that happens because you can get guys, you can get Steph, who's a star, to that point in the fourth quarter where he's closing. So that's pretty much the same thing that Chicago used to do back in the day. They ran the offense for 3 quarters, and then, in the fourth quarter, MJ took them home, right? You don't want it to be a situation where Steph is out there and he's heavy lifting the entire game in a playoff series where they're trying to attack him and all of that stuff. You want Steph to get to the fourth quarter, right? Um, So we have Jimmy Butler to help with that. And now I see these other guys playing well and they're moving the ball and they're running the offense and all of that, right? So we always say that the offense is not for Steph Curry, it's for the other guys. And when you see games like this, it's a perfect example that the offense is not for Steph, it's really for everybody else, right? So that's what the formula is. Get everyone involved, play defense, get Steph and Jimmy Butler now to the fourth quarter, and they're just going to close it out, right? So um I was watching a Draymond interview this morning, and Draymond was talking about that very thing about getting guys involved, getting them to the fourth quarter, all of that, right? And I ultimately feel like that's what we need to do. Get Steph to the fourth quarter, get Jimmy to the fourth quarter, play defense, don't turn the ball over. And I think that's going to be the formula, right? Because all season long, we've been watching a lot of these teams run this bloated NBA offense. And I think that it's just going to come down to the dudes, right? And tonight, it was about the other guys or whatever, right? But you still see how those openings were created tonight. So that's going to be the formula. And that's kind of what we've always said, and whenever they don't get that thing, whenever they don't get to run that offense and get the guys there, that's when, Steph has to come in. But the later Steph, the better these role players play is the more time you're going to buy Steph. And the more time that you're going to buy Steph, is the more likely that you're going to have a positive outcome, right? Tonight was an ultra positive outcome. And now when I look at the standings, we're in a pretty good spot, right? So we're now up a game on Minnesota. I think the Clippers lost today. Minnesota win today? I know that
No,
game
they're
was
still
wild.
playing right now.
Oh,
They
they're still
actually
playing.
they already the T-Wolves actually took the lead. They were down by like double digits earlier, and then that whole fight happened, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden the T-Wolves claw back in. So yeah, they're still playing right now, and honestly, I think the T-Wolves got this one.
Yeah, that was kind of wild, bro. That was a melee, bro. That was a whole melee right now. And you're like, damn, but
Bro,
um
that lasted for like a whole minute and a half. Feel like
bro, Isaiah
because
Stewart
usually
is a
even
wild boy, bro.
bro, I swear, like even like brawls, fights nowadays, they only last for like about half a minute. That shit
Yeah.
almost took twice as long to resolve, bro. I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys ever seen. I don't know if you guys ever seen like coaches being kicked out of a game because of a fight before. When was the last time y'all ever saw that?
Yeah, that and who do you think escalated that fight? Because, you know,
I know who
Well.
escalated that
If
fight.
for people that don't actually, for the people that actually just watched the fight, but the problem was it was a build-up. It was like a tipping point because of
yeah.
all the other plays that happened before subsequent. So yeah, I think Nas Reed was honestly kind of like sick and tired of. I think what was his face, Ron Holland. Yeah, they were in his face essentially during those
Mhm.
whole subsequent plays beforehand. So yeah, it just got out of hand, and essentially, yeah, that's what really tipped the scales essentially.
Have you
And of
been
So
course, to
watching
nobody's surprise, Isaiah Stewart was involved in it. No one's shocked.
have you been watching Detroit lately?
Dude, Detroit's fantastic.
Yeah, so Detroit is one of those teams that they look
They lock people
absolutely
the fuck
amazing.
up, bro.
Yeah, they look absolutely amazing right now. So, all right, let's get down to business. Where do you want us to finish?
I want to finish
Hmm.
fifth.
Let's
Fifth?
let's see what happens with the other teams. I don't have a good
Because
answer for that just yet.
Either fourth or fifth.
I would
because
rather, if you want me to be perfectly honest, I want to see if they can get home court advantage in the first round.
that's
Yeah.
what I
I know
want.
that's a
Yeah.
long shot. I know that's a
Yeah.
long shot, but it is possible.
Yeah,
Looking at
Hold
the
fourth or
on.
other
fifth.
teams'
Well, why
schedules,
is it a long shot though?
because you have to have everything go correctly your way, also.
Hold on. You think the Lakers like they have a walk in the park coming up? They don't have, bro. They could
No, I
easily
said
just lose
no. I
like two
said the
games in a
late.
row.
No, look at one of my guys. Look at one of my tweets. I said that there is a real possibility the Lakers and the Grizzlies can potentially fall into the play-in spot if they don't play well. And then you also have to assume the Warriors, Clippers, and the T-Wolves win out their games. And the T Wolves actually got a pretty easy schedule. The Warriors' schedule is a tad bit difficult coming up, but not too difficult. But the
Mm.
Clippers' schedule is a little bit more difficult. So yeah, and the Grizzlies' schedule is actually like hell on earth, bro. Like, have you seen that shit?
Yeah, it's
And they just fired their coach like not too long ago.
yeah, it's a beast of a schedule.
Yo, Irk, you saw that Anthony Edwards picked up his 17th technical foul on the year.
So he's gonna miss another game.
If he gets another
No,
team,
what if he gets another one?
if he
It's
gets another
every
one,
two technicals, or after you get the
dude,
16th, it's every two technicals. Then it's another
dude, that guy is.
automatic suspension.
Hold on.
Hey, how many games do you think the guys are gonna get? Like DiVincenzo and what's his face, Nas Reed gonna get?
I was
Now,
saying
Couple?
real.
Ryan, here's the thing. When regards to suspensions and how these things play out, you
Yeah.
notice how the retaliators, whoever responds, always gets the harsher punishment most of the time.
Yep.
So I'm assuming in this instance, if that stands true, I think Dante actually can get most of the games.
Yeah.
He
He
maybe
was
get
pretty
he may
heated.
get like 2 or 3.
I mean, freaking Isaiah Stewart grabbed fucking Nas Reed while Nas Reed was on the ground by the neck.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's gonna get and he also has a rep now. Like, to nobody's surprise, he was involved in it.
Yeah.
Shocker, I know. So he's probably gonna get like 3 or 4, maybe.
Yep.
Ron Holland and Nas Reed probably gets 1.
Yeah. But Detroit, I mean, they can't afford. I mean, oh shit, it's a 12-point game. Minnesota's up 12 now.
So,
Yeah.
told you Minnesota got this one now. They got it.
Yeah, they might have that one.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest with you, Memphis and the Lakers, bro, they have to finish out strong, bro, because if they don't, and the only
If I
thing,
remember, hold on, Urkel. If I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong. The Lakers actually have to play the Rockets twice, the
yeah,
Thunder twice. They play
so they
us.
play, so they play the Rockets twice. They actually play them tomorrow, and they play us on Thursday. But here's the interesting part about their schedule: they play us on Thursday, New Orleans on Friday. They play OKC. So they're gonna have like that 3 games in 4 nights thing, right? And then the last game of the 3 games in 4 nights is OKC. Then they have OKC Sunday, Tuesday, right? So it's an interesting thing that's going to happen with them, right? So you know, I don't know how the Lakers are going to look. I don't know how the Lakers are going to look against a team like OKC now. When they had Anthony Davis was a nightmare for OKC. Now they have Luka Doncic, right? So what's going to happen there? Because OKC is a team that they don't really allow you to dribble the ball. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to have to see how the refs call that game because everything with the refs is or with the Lakers is refs dependent, right? So no, it's true.
Well, let me
I mean,
see
I'm
how
not
much
lying.
how much
Nope,
how
you
much
ain't
foul
lying.
grifting can Shea get away with? How much foul grifting can Shea get away with, and how physical can the game be essentially? Because Lou Dort is either going to guard LeBron or Luca. He's probably going to
Yeah,
tag team with Alex Caruso.
it all depends, man. I
No,
mean,
hey, Erk, tomorrow the games we got to look out for Clippers versus Magic. Magic need that game in the worst way. And then Memphis plays back to back, so they're at home. They have a back to back home series. They play Boston tomorrow, and then we play them on Tuesday.
yeah, it should be interesting.
And Rockets Lakers tomorrow night in LA.
Yeah, so I just saw that Amon Thompson injured his ankle, but it looked like he came back. So that might be a good thing.
Yeah, Amin's back on the He's back on the bench.
Yeah, he's back on the bench. So I'm in he's back. So tomorrow night is a game that we're definitely going to pay attention to. We'll be definitely watching that game on playback.tv/Space Gang and Space Gang Lakers. So come and check it out tomorrow because that one has massive implications because if they lose tomorrow, they're going to have what I think that's going to be their 30th L. I
Yeah, if
think.
Lakers lose, yeah.
Yeah, if they lose.
Yep.
So that's going to be their 30th L. So we're on 31, right? So, if they have 30 Ls tomorrow, that game on Thursday is going to be a movie,
Yep.
right? Like it's going to be an absolute movie on Thursday. So that is something
Can't
to
wait
watch
for
I
for,
it.
mean,
man.
hey, but look, tomorrow, if Memphis loses to the Celtics, they'll have 31 losses. And that Tuesday game against Memphis is going to be huge for us.
Yeah.
Because if we
Well,
So,
win,
because
if we
well,
win, we
because
get the
that's also a
tiebreaker.
tiebreaker. Yeah, that's a tiebreaker situation. Now, unfortunately, the Warriors already lost the tiebreaker to the Lakers, so they have to win. They have to win more essentially than the
yeah.
Lakers. They cannot tie with them.
Yeah, and we cannot tie with the Clippers either, which fucking sucks. That last game of the season is going to be insane.
Yeah, bro. We really need to take care of business on
This week.
Thursday, and then on
The most asinine thing about this is that as soon as they finish the road trip, they have to immediately play the Nuggets at home
Yep.
mhm.
on a
On
back-to-back
Friday.
situation. That's fucking
Yep.
stupid. Whatever.
Yep.
Yes. So that's going to be a good thing, right? All we got to do is take care of business, bro. So tonight, I mean, I know it's not a good team or whatever, but let's not concentrate on that. Let's concentrate on the fact that on what they were doing. They were moving the ball and they were playing defense. Bro, that's the formula, right? Like when we started off the season, and by the way, I can't believe we have like a week and a half left in the season.
Yep.
2 weeks. Bro, this season just flew by, man. I mean, absolutely flew by. So when I look at the first part of the season, we were pretty much saying Steph Curry in defense, right? Now, that's kind of like a simplified thing, right? But you saw how Steph was out there just running around earlier, and people are looking at the stats and they're in playback and they're like, bro, like we need Steph to stat pad. You're not going to realize, especially at this stage in the game for Steph, you're not going to realize Steph until you really get to the playoffs. And even then, teams are going to try to take him away, right? So, my question is when you get to the playoffs, what's the game plan that people are going to go with to take him away? Because he doesn't allow you to do the thing where you just let him cook and you just take away the teammates thing. That's teams don't play him like that. And even if they try to, he doesn't really allow it, right? Because he plays off ball most of the game, right? So if he's doing that and these other guys are executing. Shot making, I think, comes and goes, right? But if they're executing and they're playing defense, I don't see another team that can beat them. I'm telling y'all. And we started off the year by telling y'all the same thing, right? And now that Jimmy Butler thing, that's even more apparent now, right? So, you know, I think they're going to be a problem come playoff time because games like they this game is a 2xer for me. So not only do they win the game, but it wasn't like a lot of heavy lifting for Jimmy and Steph, right? These are older guys, and you kind of want to just get them to the playoffs and all of that, right? So I just look at this game as like this is how we want to handle these games. To be perfectly honest with you, um, so the game. Who do we have next on the schedule?
Memphis.
Memphis. Okay. Did you watch the Memphis and Lakers game yesterday?
A little
Anyone
bit.
up here?
A little bit.
Yeah, I
Yes. So
did.
does Memphis look good to y'all?
It's a little wonky.
I can see why they're losing, bro. I can 100% see why they're losing.
It's kind of hard to tell, especially with Morant constantly being injured and stuff. I have
Yeah,
no idea.
it's it's gonna get fascinating. That's all I'm gonna say. It's
I
gonna
mean,
get fascinating.
Desmond Bain got into it with Santi Aldama on the bench.
Desmond Bain.
Yeah, he got into face of Aldama, yelled at him out in the
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Bain was yelling at him to play defense.
Yep.
However, let me say this: the last couple of times that we've gone into Memphis, they have mollywopped us, bro.
Yep.
Absolutely took us out to the shed, right? So
Yep.
we got to take care of business, man.
Yeah, we gotta have. Hey,
Oh,
we
we
have.
do them dirty. I'm beat her.
Oh,
That guy, what are you gonna say?
I said, I hope we do them dirty. I'm beat her.
Oh, that's right. You live in Memphis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, that's gonna be an interesting game, bro. So I want to see how they manage this game. Draymond at center, bro. That's how we're doing. So we're going Draymond at center, and then posting Moody. Sorry, not Moody. Looney. Looney had a corner three tonight.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. And Trace even tried it too, but that was funny.
Moody had a freaking corner three, bro. I think I captured that on playback. I'm gonna have to throw it in the jumbotron so people can see. Yeah, here it is. It's in the jumbotron, y'all. That man hit a corner three, bro. That was dope. Um, so the Rockets right now, the Rockets are up on the Suns. The Suns are absolute trash. Jesus Christ, why did KD ever leave, man? Um, the the Knicks won, the Pelicans. All right, so the two, so the Rockets look like they're gonna beat the Suns. They just look dead, bro. And the Timberwolves look like they're
Yep.
gonna win that game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep.
But it's not gonna get easy for some of these teams down the stretch, man. I mean, um, the Clippers lost today. They had no Kawhi Leonard. Hey, consider yourself fortunate for having Steph Curry on the team, bro, because I could not imagine. And when I say I could not imagine us needing a game and Steph Curry is going to be like, "Yep, I can't play back to backs."
Yeah.
No, thank God.
Yep.
And we need to truly appreciate Steph, bro, because if that was my superstar that was saying that, I would be pissed because they have a good chance to win that game today, and now they were in the sixth spot this morning. Now they're in the eighth spot,
Yep.
and damn T Wolves look like they're about to win.
Yeah.
So they just can't afford to drop games now.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you got Memphis ahead of us. So
Yeah. I mean, we
yeah,
need to take advantage. I mean, we need to take advantage of that Memphis game on Tuesday. I mean, if we win that, I
yeah.
mean, we basically have the fifth seed locked down. If right for that game. I mean, we take the tiebreaker, and Memphis moves to 6 or 7, depends on the Clippers game tomorrow. But you know,
What did they say about JK's ankle, by the way?
they said soreness. But I mean, maybe they're being cautious. But I mean, shit, he missed 31 games for that ankle.
So
They said soreness, so they took him out. They took him out for soreness.
did you see ankle on that one? It
Hell
looked
no,
like
I
he.
hell no, I did not see ankle. Where the hell did he hurt his ankle? It looked like his tailbone.
That's what I
Didn't
thought at
yeah.
first, and then when I heard sore ankle, I was like, ugh.
I'm like, where did he hurt his ankle?
But you
But
know what's the
I
funny part
think
about that, Ryan?
yeah,
The funny part about that one is that when he initially hurt his ankle in January, it was the same injury. Like it just looked like he just landed awkward. It didn't look like he twisted his ankle or anything. And then
no, it didn't. And I
next,
on this play tonight, it I think there was like a wet spot on the floor underneath
yeah.
the basket, and he went to he went to move, but he was holding it was like he was holding his tailbone, and then and then I saw, oh yeah, he's not coming back for an ankle. I'm like, the
Mhm.
like where did he get the ankle injury? But maybe I guess he just had some soreness. Hopefully, I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully it's just precaution, but
Yeah,
he'll
he
probably won't play on Tuesday.
he started off the game pretty well, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
I the dream for me with JK, like
yeah,
this is how, like, if JK gets incorporated into this thing that we saw tonight, this type of thing,
yeah,
no one is beating this team. I'm telling you now, they're going to get to the playoffs and they're going to mollywop teams. if
Yeah.
they can somehow figure out how to fit JK into what happened tonight, right?
Yeah.
He
Exactly.
started off the game, he only played 7 minutes. They were up big anyway, right? Like even when he went down. So he had what, 4 points, one rebound. He took like two shots. He had two free throws, right? But on the play that he got hurt, that's the type of thing that I want to see him do, bro. Like, especially like if Steph is on your side, just fucking attack, bro. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? And the more he does something like that, right? Like if they send, right? So if they send help, just pass the ball where the help is coming from, right? And then the ball will start moving and then it'll find the open guy, right? But like that's an element that we really don't have, right? So, the ball move, attack, 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 make the pass, and you make the extra pass, and then the ball starts to move. You know what I'm saying? So once you do that, then we're really, really, really going to be cooking, right? So that's what the formula is. So defend and just have those guys to do those specific things. If you got a mismatch, attack the fucking mismatch. Keep it simple, bro. Like just keep it
Yep.
simple. Don't try to do more than anything or try to get anything back, right? Just do that and everything will fall into place. There will become a point where you're going to need them. So that's the way that I see it. So tonight when I was watching him in the 7 minutes that he was there, he was moving the ball, he was playing pretty decent, right? But once they move the ball, give him the ball, get to the rim, and we just do that thing and we'll be fine.
Yep.
Um now
I mean, hey, Brandon had a great game tonight.
Yeah, Pods had a really, really good game. Pods shot what, 9 of 14 tonight,
I mean, he was hitting
27.
three. Yeah, 7 threes.
I mean, when you see a guy have 27, 6, 5, 7 threes, 9 attempts, right? Like you start to see like, bro, he makes good decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like the only sore spot in his game is him guarding, but
Yeah.
you see the vision there, bro. Like he's a really, really good player, man. Moses Moody tonight, 20 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, three
Yep.
steals, right? So you see the vision from there, right?
Yeah.
So that's what you kind of want these guys to do. You want them to just be involved in the offense and eat based on what the offense gives them, right? Like meaning the Steph Curry gravity shit. Like if they can make decisions and attack and score off of the stuff that Steph gives them, they'll always have games like this. You know what I'm saying? They
Yep.
only took 11 shots tonight. So even if both of them made like three less shots, that's still a good game, right? Plus 22, plus 21. Uh, they really, really put the hammer down in that first quarter. First
Yeah.
quarter, and then they
Yeah.
allowed
44 points.
27. Yeah. Spurs were also moving the ball well too, but that's just how they play. But then you look at in this game, like in that second quarter, they were playing really, really good defense, turning over the ball, getting stops, all of that stuff. So that's what they were doing really, really well in that second quarter. I think in that second quarter, I think they forced like four turnovers or something like that. And they were turning those buckets into points off turnovers. Points off turnovers. Yeah, they had like 7, 8 points of points off turnovers in that second quarter. Not bad though. Really, really good. Really good half. Points off turnovers, we had like 16 in that first half. That's when you know they're good, bro. When they're turning people over and the second half they had 18 points off turnovers. That's amazing.
Yep.
Amazing stuff.
Yeah.
So
Overall it was a good game.
yeah,
We needed
pods, bro.
we needed this game that we needed this to go our way today. And
And not only go our way, but we need the ball to move, bro. Like the ball has to move. Like if this ball is moving, just consider it like a loan for Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? The more the ball moves and he could win games like this, it's the more time that you're buying him. The more time you're buying him, the fresher he's going to get in the playoffs, right? And that's pretty much the formula that Steve always goes with. You know, I know it's. I know when you look at 13 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, you're like, oh my god, like, and voters use that against them. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, it doesn't matter. We're just trying to win the championship, and when we
Yeah,
win
and
the
hey, these
championship,
lineups
and we made
are
the
11-0.
yeah, when we win in the playoffs and we make those guys look stupid, we make those voters look stupid. You'll see what time it is
Yep.
because when voting time comes around, I promise you, I think Steph is probably going to make like third team All NBA this year, right?
Yeah.
And they're just going to go to the playoffs and they're just going to punch people in the mouth this year, bro. That's pretty much what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, 31 L's, the Memphis Grizzlies. Yeah, that's going to get interesting tomorrow. It's really, really going to get interesting tomorrow, man. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting day because let me see
I
what
mean, I
games
just
are.
hope I just hope the Celtics just like just blow them out. To be honest.
All right, so here's the interesting thing, right? Um, the Clippers play